I know you like that. How long you been back, man? I see the girls in the club, they getting wild for me. And all the pretty chicks all wanna smile at me. These rap cats, man, they all got this style from me. And if I ever see them, man, they probably bow to me. And when this beat drop, I know they gon' lean. World debut, I know they gon' fiend. Everything Mississippi to the Palm Springs. Girls from brunettes down to blonde queens. These young boys don't know what a dawn mean. I'm just a bad boy, gone clean. I'm the diamond chain choker, always remain sober. Don't drink liquor and all the game's over. Need a plane, I explained it to my broker. 3 box in the hood, top down, and ain't over. You know there's more, man, where that come from? Me and Courdel Love rolling back to back in one. See the names have all changed since I've been around, but the game ain't the same since I left out. Still I'm the most fly. I win so much they wanna know who I'm coached by. Every day approached by chicks when I was multi. Wanna give me soul side, but I'm like, don't try. I see the hisses and the disses when I go by, but see the misses on my wrists when I float by. Self-control and I can't tell you no lie. Trying to find a soulmate, you end up being soul tied. I make my money, man, without the coca. Living la vida without the loca. I'm down south, so they show me country love, and I ain't even country thug. The people give me daps and hugs, so it must be love. And I love the country grub. It feel good to hear people singing welcome back. And I ain't even selling the track, cause I'm that Harlem cat. The names have all changed since I've been around, but the game ain't the same since I left out. Drop, I know they gon' lean. World debut, I know they gon' fiend. Everything Mississippi to the Palm Springs. Girls from brunettes down to blonde queens. These young boys don't know what a dawn mean. I'm just a bad boy, gone clean. I'm the diamond chain choker, always remain sober. Don't drink liquor and all the game's over. Need a plane, I explain it to my broker. 3 box in the hood, top down, and ain't over. You know there's more, man, where that come from? Me and Courdel rolling back to back in one. See, the names have all changed since I've been around, but the game ain't the same since I left out. Still I'm the most fly. I win so much they wanna know who I'm coached by. Every day approached by chicks when I was multi. Wanna give me soul side, but I'm like, don't try. I see the hisses and the disses when I go by, but see the misses on my wrists when I float by. Self-control and I can't tell you no lie. Trying to find a soulmate, you end up being soul tied. I make my money, man, without the coca. Living la vida without the loca. I'm down south, so they show me country love, and I ain't even country thug. The people give me daps and hugs, so it must be love. And I love the country grub. It feel good to hear people singing welcome back. And I ain't even selling the track, cause I'm that Harlem cat. The names have all changed since I've been around, but the game ain't the same since I left out. I've been around, but the game ain't the same since I left out. Ooh, you know we made ya. Ooh, you know we made ya. He's telling me ya. He's telling me ya. You know you like that. 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 What? You know.
Hey yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. We have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none was slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. You from Gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city, are the hypest. We see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tight dress. We hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them, we not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber, bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nah the rice yet. So a Marshall, I drop the Guyanese bomb for feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land, Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live, land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughter. Is we have the land, what many ask for, we never see Katrina or those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city, girl born in gold dust, so we sure them pretty. The man full of faith, we don't know none was slippy. Guyana we say big up on the city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop fast. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, every master one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think that. Hello, Wagwan.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Oh, yes. A lot of you gon' vex. But I tell you, sometimes you just got to listen. There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. That's the vision of a leader like President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffer. Oh, we were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, the foreigners gon' eat we suffer. We must put an end to racism. Let it end now with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation. Make Guyana the gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who will divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Yeah, I told you, it's your boy Padmore. Unity is the key. We are all one and we should be treated as one. Our ancestors were slaves and laborers, but the life they endured made it better for us. We honor their sacrifice and the freedom they bought for we. But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel the rich. It doesn't matter what's your skin color, when we bleed blood it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When a brother cry we must feel the pain. We're Portuguese, African and Indian. We're Chinese mixed up, we're Amerindians. We're all Guyanese. Let's end this segregation. I'm appealing to Guyanese in the diaspora. We welcome you home. We've got a lot to offer. It's not the same place that you run away from. Come see the paradise Guyana has now become. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will
Wake up, the day is bright, and the little blue. Turn your dial for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Running to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world. We got the news on Livewire. There's nothing to lose. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire. It's wonderful to be here with you. Good morning to the 10. Yeah, so if there is a break in transmission, these Starlings don't work really well when there's a lot of cloud covering internet, cloud covering rain, and the service providers, they are not in areas yet for me to get good internet connection. So please, I apologize if there's a break in transmission. We'll be here for the hour because we have a lot of things to touch on. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, yesterday was a crazy day for me. I saw some things that I really couldn't understand. Right? I saw some things I couldn't understand. And I don't know why some Guyanese feel because you support a person or their actions will not have consequences. I don't understand it. So, firstly, before I begin, I just want to make it clear to you all, right? I just want to make it clear to you all. I want to make it clear to you all. This lady here is currently in police custody. She was arrested last evening, right? Annie Kemraj, is currently in police custody. Now, listen, if y'all notice when I'm here, I don't say certain things unless they're absolutely true. If I say something that I'm unsure of, I will use in my opinion or allegedly. You understand? This lady, Annie, decides to go on social media yesterday and try to link the Minister of Utilities and Aviation, Public Utilities and Aviation, to the terrorist attack in the capital city. Now, I can't understand what would lead a sensible, right-thinking Guyanese to go down this path, knowing fully well there's a cybercrime act. And when you make allegations like these, you would have to provide evidence to back up what you're saying. You understand? Now, Annie, if you had this information, and mind you, in the back of my mind, I do not believe anything Annie has said. Minister Indar has never exhibited anything that would cause me to think that he's the type of person that would put the lives of innocent Guyanese in danger. And to what end? To what end? Now, I am replaying the video. I am in no way, shape, or form endorsing what Annie says in the video. But I want to point out a few things to you that didn't make sense to me. So in my opinion, again, Annie, you are in some serious trouble. You are in some serious trouble. So let's take a quick look at this.
You're really wicked. You make me sleep whole night last night. You're really, really wicked. Imagine, right? Imagine if my son was in town that day and that young lady had allowed that guy.
What about Minister Indar's son? What about Minister Indar's family? Now that you are trying to link him to a terroristic attack, doesn't that put his family in danger? Huh? You are crying out about your son. Instead of making a Facebook video, why didn't you go down to the CID department of the Guyana Police Force, their headquarters, and speak to the crying chief or speak to one of the senior ranks there? Or go to a media house and they would have guided you on how you release the information. Even that would have probably been better. But for you to sit in the back of your vehicle, you understand? Like everything that the minister called you in his post, and he was indeed right, because trust me, if it was me that you were making these allegations against, I'd have probably said something worse. At least he just said crab louse and something like that. But Annie, look how you put yourself in police custody. And for what?
To place that bomb into that bin, what would have happened? You guys are nasty. You guys are wicked, Minister Indar. You are wicked.
Are you trying to tell me that a Venezuelan collect $10 million Guyanese dollars and holding out so long in the lockup? He said, well, if somebody local pay me, nobody can come out and say nothing. 10 million.
There is a special place in hell for you.
There's a special place in Borby's prison for you. There's a special place in the Borby's female prisons for you. Now look how you gone and unnecessary. Start off with critic you and critic views and good. You shot he shot you. You shot he shot you. You go and jump into a whole different realm. This reminds me of a conversation I had with somebody the other day. And they were telling me, certain things you just got left alone. You understand? You just got left alone. Now, again, Annie, you have accused a minister of government of paying a foreign national to execute a terroristic attack on Guyanese soil. How you thought this would have played out, Annie? How you thought this would have been? What was the end? What was the end game? After you made this video, how you thought Minister Indar would have reacted? It's just Annie talking. We got time with Annie. This is not an allegation of corruption or somebody taking a bribe. You made a claim that the minister, based on what you said, was like the mastermind and he paid people.
Special place in hell for you. Just make sure you continue to walk with your guard, okay?
I will say this to you right now. I will say this to you right now. Outside of Minister Indar driver, Minister Indar don't move with security. I am telling you that. As somebody who does walk around ministers and be around them, Minister Indar does not have security provided by the state, all right, and does not have personal bodyguards following him around. Maybe his driver doubles as a security operative. However, that don't make sense to me because when the minister on the ground or in the field is usually him, I think his public relations officer, and they have staffers from his ministry. Even when he was at Public Works, I've never seen Minister Indar with security. Never seen him with security. Never. I've never seen, well, I don't know if now, Minister Onage, Minister Manichan has security. Never seen Minister Indar with security at no point in time. So I don't know which security Annie talking about keep your security around you. I mean, at his house, he probably got special constable security at his home. But in terms of traveling in his vehicle, outreach on locations, I have never seen Minister Indar with a bodyguard following him around the place. Like how Mohammed's had bodyguards with big gun and 3, 4, 5 F-150 Raptor following him around. Minister Indar has never operated like that at no point in time. At no point in time. At one point, I think Minister had a driver who was older than him. So it's like, what he gonna do in case anything broke out, Minister got to deal with it himself. You understand? But Annie, you are out of your mind.
Let me see how long you're gonna walk with them. You paid that guy $10 million. This pan.
I hope you got proof of that. And I hope that you have proof of that. And if you don't, I hope the Guyana police force not just throw the book at you, pelt it. Like how Guyana pelt you with the law book. Everything in relation to cybercrime. You understand? Pelt you with the law book. You are crazy.
This guy, and he wouldn't talk. But if I get a chance to go in jail, right? I'd make him talk.
Annie, you're going to jail. Annie, you are going to jail. But this is how stupid Annie is. Annie just said, this Spanish guy gone to jail and ain't talking. And if she gets a chance to go to jail, she can make it talk. Annie, listen to something. Males and females in the Guyana prison system don't stay together. Males and females are separated. So when you get locked up, you will not be in the same place with that guy. So you're still not going to get to talk to him. If you are planning to visit him, Annie, as a civilian, visiting a prisoner, Annie, think about it. How stupid can you be? That guy, the Spanish guy, the Venezuelan, who is charged along with his other co-conspirators, right? Who is arrested with the rest of his co-conspirators, is charged with terrorism. Why in heaven's name you as a Guyanese would want to go and visit the man charged for terrorism? Don't you think that would bring scrutiny on you, make the police start investigating you. Why in heaven's name would Annie want to visit? I don't know his name. I can't remember his name. The Venezuelan. We need to look into Annie to see what connection she got with this Venezuelan. Is who but justice for the persons who lost their lives in that thing and were injured, and the lies Andre told as well. We want justice. They will look into you. So I don't understand how you reaching in the jail to get to him. Know that you are arrested. You will be going to jail. You will be going to jail. You understand? And I am waiting to see who your lawyer is and how they plan to defend this foolishness here that you post online.
If my son was in that tongue that day, or that was my child in the car, or it was your child, you're nasty. PPP, you're nasty. You are nasty.
So it go from now, Minister Indar pay this man, this allegation by Annie, to now, the PPP nasty. And usually, when you dig down deep, right? When you dig down deep, you will find out that basically Annie got some personal grievance with either the government or the party itself. Some personal grievance. And decide that she is going to lash out in this way, a stupid, nonsensical way. You understand? I got Annie mugshot. The same photo that's floating around on Facebook in her dress. That's her mugshot from at the station. You understand? So now you got to go and fight. And look what Annie stupid. Annie claim that she should make food for GCOM or something and she ain't get paid yet. Now you got litigation you got to worry about. So the little money you make from the GCOM food that you claim you provide to GCOM, you got no one take the for go and pay a lawyer and pay bail. Because I don't know if you just get bail for no, this is not. I don't know if you are. I think somebody told me the only non-bailable offense is something related to terrorism and another thing. But she's alleging terrorism, so I don't know how that works out. So I don't know if you're gonna you got to find money for bail and all kind of foolishness. Now you gonna have Guyanese chastising you all across the country, especially people who support Minister in there. What gonna happen to you now? You weren't thinking, Annie? Well,
you guys want the whole, you want to give Exxon Mobile the whole tongue. You're going to move the tongue and carry it up in then.
No, listen to that. Listen to that. You guys want to give Exxon Mobile the whole tongue. How does that even make sense? How does this allegation that the minister paid a guy $10 million to blow up a gas station, a mobile gas station, not owned by Exxon Mobil? You understand? Those are two separate companies. How does blowing up the gas station equate to giving Georgetown to Exxon Mobil? How Annie come up with that? How? Blowing up a gas station would give the tongue to Exxon Mobil. What? So you trying to tell me, Annie, all that land on Regent Street with all them big buildings and businesses, all that land on Robb Street, Charlotte Street, Avenue the Republic, you trying to tell me all that is state land? That the intention of the government was to have this massive explosion at the gas station on Regent Street and then take back all the state land in Georgetown, move the capital city to Linden or the highway, and hand everything to Exxon Mobil? What? How you even come up with that? How did you even come up with that? How that even making sense?
or a carrot up the highway. We know what's going on. We know everything.
Who's we? You and Azardine? Huh? Because honestly, your statements sound as profoundly stupid as the ones made by Azardine Mohammed. I don't know if you're always classmates, friends, or what, but somebody's stupidity rub off on somebody. Somebody's stupidity rub off on somebody. And it's a sad state. It is a sad state. This is like when Azardine was at Parliament and said he win the elections, but GCOM website went down and it changed. Not an observer, not another political party. And when I say not another observer, local or international, or the people that Azardine was quoting and Odessa was quoting, which the president responded to last night. None of them spoke about anything like that. Not a single thing. So I honestly believe Annie and Azardine got to be either related, best friends, or they're either sharing a half of a brain, a half of a brain. So she got quarter, he got quarter. So none of them brain ain't functioning right. None.
I know everything. I'm not stupid. Are you
very stupid? You're not stupid. You're very stupid. You are very stupid because you are putting yourself in such a position. You understand? You are putting yourself in such a position. Now you are in police custody. You are in police custody having to prove the allegations that you've made. You have to prove that there was a $10 million payment. You have to prove everything you say in this video. Oh my goodness.
the medication this morning? I make sure I did. Yes, Minister Indar.
This is another thing we have to take into consideration. I am saying to Guyanese right now, and I'm talking to the politicians as well, Minister Frank Anthony, Minister Vindhya Prasad, who else does deal with these kinds of things? Those two, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Social Protection, and Minister Vindhya Prasad's ministry. Y'all, we need to take a stronger focus on mental health, right? There may be Guyanese in this country that are suffering from all sorts of mental illness, but because we are who we are Caribbean, we're South American, we tend to feel mental health issues are not things of that Caribbean people or South American or Guyanese people have to deal with, right? We need to have a more stronger focus on mental health. I'm asking the Minister of Health and the Minister Vindhya Prasad, Minister Dr. Frank Anthony and Dr. Vindhya Prasad, both ministers of this government, if you guys can please put more focus on mental health, because we can't have people like Annie running loose around the place. And not necessary to lock her up, but get her some help. Look how calm Annie's sitting in this car and do this video that now got her in the hands of the police.
I used my medication this morning. I make sure I did.
You hear what Annie said? Annie said she used her medication. This could be a cry for help. Annie could be a stark raving mad woman or a functioning lunatic. Hello. Yeah, well, Annie gonna find herself right there in jail.
Yeah?
She can find herself right there in jail.
She's a crazy woman. I believe she's smoking something very cheap. But I can't help saying And then you got to them watching some people on social media. See people and crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she gonna then get like collect $200,000 cash.
Of course you can collect the 200,000. Come on.
She had the first one to collect the money. This fucking jackass and carries the first one, daughter.
Yeah, let me keep it clean.
No more than one to see people.
Yeah.
No more than one to see people who get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Help me, God, buddy. She not come to life.
Hi. Thank you for coming through, brother. Right? So, Annie, I don't know how you think this is going to play out, but I am saying to you all right now, Annie is in police custody based on the accusations she made against a sitting minister of government. The minister has refuted the allegations and has said that he is planning to, what's the right terminology? To see this matter through to the full extent of the law. The full extent of the law.
Yes, Minister Indar, you're wicked. You're wicked bad. Imagine you want to blow up your own gas station for $10 million. PPP are nasty.
Look, anyway, let me done with Annie. Apparently, females in Guyana was having a rough day yesterday, and bare stupidness did the talking. Let me jump to this one here now. And this one here touched me because it's somebody who looks like me, Afro-Guyanese. Right? And sometimes I feel like as Afro-Guyanese, not all of us are how I'm going to describe, but some of us need to take some time to either read and understand or ask as many people as we can for information and then make our assessment of the information. Right? I understand that just like me, persons are able to come on social media and share their opinion on topics and give their views on things. You're entitled to do that. But when you are speaking from an uninformed point of view, and somebody please tag Asha. Asha is the name on Facebook. I don't know how me and she's friend. You understand? But Asha is her name on Facebook. Y'all tag her. Is SA space HA. Asa, whatever. But the level of stupidity displayed by this young lady, I was like, oh goodness, this is how Afro-Guyanese get bad name in the first place. And I'm not afraid to say it. This is how Afro-Guyanese get bad name. Because of a couple stupid ones who have no clue what they're talking about and just running them out stupidly on Facebook. Now look at this nonsense here.
Yeah, seriously, you should look at the bigger picture. Don't allow these people to come into your area and promise you this and promise you that. And yeah.
Hold on a second. I know this.
People in Tiger Bay, yeah, seriously, you should look at the bigger picture. Don't allow these people to come into your area and promise you this and promise you that. And yeah, see and know your living condition.
You're such an idiot. You are such an idiot. Read a book, go and learn to read, and come again. Right? The mere fact that the president and team went into Tiger Bay was to address their living conditions. How stupid can you be, young lady? Right? How stupid can you be? Did you bounce your head to the headboard before you start the video to get disoriented? How stupid can you be? The president and the cabinet and ministry officials went into Tiger Bay, you understand, to change the living arrangements of the people in there, to uplift them, to move them out of the squalor that they were living in. Did you see the video I recently doing there with all the touch up? You can't call it house. Shelters? Huh? You see how people bathing and washing the clothes and cooking and operating in the area, idiot? These are the things that honestly, this upset me. Because let me continue listening to her.
Don't allow it. At the end of the day, if what critics said is actually true, you're living on thin ice. You need to get yourself in order.
This girl is so... I don't know what she's talking about with what critics say is true. Because she said what critics say. You understand? Now, understand this. Where those persons are in Tiger Bay is not government land. It is private property. Private property. Based on what I saw from James Bond, private property owned by Eddie Grant. Right? And because the persons, Eddie Grant and others, because the persons weren't using the property, there was never any real push to move the squatters off the land. This idiot don't know squatting in Guyana is illegal. So what do you mean they're on thin ice? The government has issued house lots to the majority of them. In the production I did, one of the women said, I don't pay for the house lot, but since I pay, I never go and check it. Look at this idiot. Look at this idiot. I don't know how some of these...
Then you're taking for sit down and get these people cooking food and promising you that they're going to clean up the area and beautification. Ask them to go into housing and get a...
Yes, that's why it's one cuss up. The Minister of Housing was there. The President spoke to housing and helping people build a house, giving them steel and cement subsidy. The lady I just tell you about spoke to her mother, asking for a house, and Men on Mission promised her to do it. The contact her to find out where she is to do it. This idiot. Could you imagine the things, everything she's talking about there was discussed at the meeting? Everything she's talking about there was discussed at the meeting. You got a problem if the president cooks some food and feed people? You trying to say the people in Tiger Bay come out the day just to get a little food and go back in Tiger Bay? I just want to say some vile things to y'all.
Ask them to set up some link with the bank so that you can own your own home.
Hear this ass. Hear this ass. Literally what the president said they were going to do. To make it easier for persons who can't build, who got a house lot, to go and build. The people who ain't got, the ministry got fast track them so they could get a house lot, so they could move from there. Who is this young lady? Let me take off the comments so y'all could see the stupid person we're dealing with this morning. This is almost as stupid as Annie. How can you be this far off from what actually happened? This means this young lady, one, wasn't there. Two, ain't read not one article from nowhere, whether it be Guyana Chronicle, God Mosley, AG. No way. She read no article from nowhere. She look at no news, nothing. Nothing this lady look at. She just talking and say, literally, I agree with you, Hanuman. She gotta be David Hines' family. This kind of stupidity gotta be hereditary. You can't get this kind of stupidity on your own by yourself. There's gotta be coming. This is stupidity that coming down the line, generation by generation by generation. No, it stop here. Literally everything that the president did and spoke about, housing, infrastructure in the community, relocating the persons who got business and setting them up nice. This government, the Irfan Ali-led administration, on the campaign trail, promised persons, they will have a small and medium scale development bank that will look at small businesses and women. Listen, I have no time with Dexter Todd. Listen, let Dexter Todd alone. I don't deal with transmission. Anyway, no, like I'm saying, the thing threw me off. So they're setting up the bank so that single mothers and vulnerable persons and people like this idiot here who may not have a brain can go and get a loan to start their business with either no or low interest rates. No or low interest rates. What are you talking about? How stupid can you be?
And just pay mortgage until you're finished. These are you need to ask for. These are you should be protesting for.
What if, boy, look, some Guyanese just honestly get under me skin.
Not for fucking cook up.
So you think the people in Tiger Bay are organized to get cook up? The people in Tiger Bay are organized to get the president to come and visit them so they could get cook up. They should protest for the protest. The people in Tiger Bay protest and the president bring cook up for them. Like I said, it's people like you that embarrass black people. And more so black women. You hear? People like you embarrass Afro-Guyanese and more so Afro-Guyanese women with the level of stupidity that you have displayed. The level of stupidity. Clearly, you have no idea what happened there.
And sitting down eating cook up and like, bro, God have mercy, by. Yes, you need to see the bigger picture because when you see them people don't beautify.
This ass. This is all I could say. So, the president helping the people with cement subsidy. The president helping them to get house slapped. The president transforming the city constabulary training complex that shut down and rotting into some sort of like a strip mall thing inside their covered so that they could conduct their business. That's not in their interest, idiot. Asher, ass. That's not in their interest. That doesn't help to develop the people in that area. Mind you, that's not a residential area. Literally in that area, there's no one who has a home there. Nobody got a house there. You understand what I'm telling you? The only people who live in that area are the squatters in Tiger Bay. There's no business owner that lives in that area. Courts, New Driving, you got the shipping companies on Water Street, Guyana stores, them rest of stores that sell furniture, lights, them kind of thing. You got School of the Nations, you got Palm Court, you got the Bureau of Statistics or Standards, one out to the two on Main Street, right around the corner. And they got like a little embassy thing down there. I don't know what building it is. The tower is locked up. It don't got no sign. The walls high. Got enough security. One of them lots, one of the shipping companies is used to store containers. Not a bloody well soul lives in that area. Not a soul. Nobody squatting there is squatting on their own or put up a shack on their own land. Because if it's your land, you're not squatting. You understand? If it's your land, you're not squatting. But nobody lives there. Nobody has a house lot there. Especially the persons living in those makeshift homes. You understand? So the president went in there with the Minister of Housing, with the Minister of Labor, with the Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, and a few other ministers, and highlighted how they will transform the area. He said, look, the few of you who have businesses here, your business is going to remain in the area, but in an organized way in this facility over here. This land y'all living on is not your land. Y'all, whoever got house lot, we're going to work with you. You're going to get a steel and cement subsidy to start the process. who ain't got house lot, the ministry gonna work with you to ensure you get your house lot and things so you could go and start doing something proper for yourself. But people like this idiot on your screen, the female, you understand, prefer that Afro-Guyanese continue to live in dire conditions. That is her preference, this ass.
And then people don't do this and people don't do that. It's movie, I get to move.
They get to move anyway. It's not their land. How are they going to stay, fool? They're getting moved anyway. A lot of those persons got their house lot. They just didn't want to go. They want to stay in the heart of the city. No one owns a house lot. There are no house lots in Tiger Bay. There are only commercial properties there. Right? They had to go anyway. They knew they couldn't stay there forever. But by nobody wasn't on it, they get comfortable and they're there for a couple of years. Well, but at some time, you got to bring some kind of order to the area. You got to bring order to the area.
In case y'all didn't see, I know it's movie, I get to move in a diplomatic way. Because
you're a diplomatic idiot. It is clear that the people have to move. Nobody then mince words. You have to move from here. You can't live it. This is not your land. You have to move. Oh God, look.
They know to themselves, they can't just go into the community just like that and just do things for uproot y'all and move y'all out.
They can. It is y'all understand what I'm telling you? If Eddie Grant or whoever got property in that area decide that they want to use it, they can go to the court. Just like in Sierra Joanna, when Sherrod Duncan and all of them come out and say, is the government broke down them people place? You can't go on somebody's private property, construct a house, and just decide, yeah, this is me own. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. For all you know, somebody who owned property there went to court, you understand, and get an injunction, and probably the president and the minister of local government hear about it and decide to say, well, hold off. Let me go in there and let me look at it at a different piece. Let me finesse and try my best to get these people out of here in a peaceful way. Because believe me, the owners of the property could have secured a court order and show up with bulldozers and broke down everybody's thing. And nobody was responsible or liable for anybody's stuff out there. Just like Sierra Joanna. You on somebody's land, refusing to move. You get a court order to move. You still in move. The person can come and break down your structure. They don't care what inside broke down your thing. They might get time to move out a couple things. But they will break it down. How the Maconians who stand out, they win no case yet. How they win no case yet? To get them back the land or get them compensation for breaking down the thing. How the people at Sierra Joanna, where Sherrod Duncan said the PPP go and broke down the thing. Lion person thing. Sherrod. They were on private property and the man secured a court order. Same thing like Foothill. You hear all the PPP. You're on somebody's private property. That is why the Ministry of Housing and other government officials continue to say squatting is illegal. Don't just go on land and build nothing. It's not yours. You didn't pay for it. And this idiot here talking foolishness and think she making sense.
So they got to come in a diplomatic way so that it won't create no uprising.
Uprising? Wake up, rise and say, it's not yours. How are you fighting? Listen, I notice a lot of persons usually like to, when they're squatting and it's time for them to remove, one of the arguments is, I live for how much years? I live in here for 20 years. I live in here for 20 years. I never come. They come now. They're here now. For 20 or 30 years, they didn't come. Fine. They're here now. And because they're here now, you have to move. It's not your place. You understand? They are here now. Look, in Breeden Hoop, and I should say on the West Bank, I don't know if it's the NDC or the RDC, started to remove encumbrances from a side of the road. You understand? These caravans. Now, not all of them were encumbrances, but their patrons were. So the caravan at the side of the road, off the road in the corner. But somebody coming to shop at the caravan, stopping directly in front of the caravan and have their car in the road. So impeding the flow of traffic in that carriageway, that side of the carriageway. You understand? Sherrod, Dexter Todd, and a couple of them jump in a boat, come over the river like, oh, we're normal people. We're of the people. Y'all ever see Dexter Todd mixing and mingling with anybody like that before he took on the Adriana Young case to gain notoriety in the public's eye before his election campaign bid? Y'all ever see Dexter Todd interacting with any locals like that, doing any kind of community service anywhere? The most donations Dexter Todd used to give before politics is that certain church in Charlestown. That's it. That's the only place he used to support. And anyway, don't like get into the story. The one got teeth. But listen, that is the kind of foolishness. Now they come over the river and they're talking to a lady that's selling grains opposite Republic Bank. Right? Opposite Republic Bank. This lady, now I understand people gotta make a living, but you gotta be reasonable too. So her stand has grown to not just taking over the pavement where people gotta walk. It come out onto the road and right up to the line. Right up to the line where you could say, well, this is where the car is driving. This is the sidewalk. Well, not the sidewalk. The shoulder of the road, then you got the sidewalk. So she took over the whole thing. Plus it's wide. You understand? And 20 years. You're doing it illegally. That's not a vending spot. That's not a vending spot. And that's how these things get out of control. Because persons usually allow them. You understand? The government might allow you to, all right, man, let them make a living. But then you're going to add up 2 feet. Then you're going to add another 2 feet. Then you're going to go out 3 feet. And you're going to overdo it. You understand? Then you're going to overdo it. And now this is what's happening. They're moving y'all off the road. Y'all go in one location and operate there. Everybody going to come there to you. You sell your food there. You sell your greens at the prescribed location.
Within the area, within the country. That is what they're doing. So, y'all playing your cards and y'all playing your cards incorrectly. Don't word beautification, because if what critics said is actually true, y'all living on thin ice. And when you see the ice melt, y'all gonna drown. They're gonna allow y'all to drown. That was the worst part of this whole situation. Imagine throughout this campaign, right? These people had their representatives calling us house slaves.
You listen. Let me stop with this here. During the elections, Indo-Guyanese call Afro-Guyanese out the name. Afro-Guyanese call Indo-Guyanese out the name. And everybody was not everybody. Every race had idiots inside of it. Every race had stupid people inside that were doing foolishness. So for you to say that, oh, during the campaign, they was calling us house slave. And you never hear David Hines call you house slave? Oh, you only know it's BBB being calling people house slave? You never heard it from David Hines? And on that note, we move across to David Hines. Now, I told y'all yesterday, I can buy over Minister Malik Chan's story. Minister Malik Chan ain't gonna abuse and say exactly what she may want to say. And I can't really say exactly what I want to say. But at least, David, you can hear my thoughts on the buffoonery that you have been putting forward. Now, Hines, I want y'all to understand, just like this idiot we had before, Hines is attacking development, not defending the people. While the government is in Tiger Bay, delivering training, jobs, safety programs, community service, David Hines is online attacking photographs. You know what I learned from Freddie Kissoon last night on his show? David Hines, according to Freddie Kissoon, was a project officer in charge of uplifting communities just like Tiger Bay. And this bumbling idiot didn't do anything. You understand? This guy didn't do anything to uplift Tiger Bay. Right? The Irfan Ali administration came to Tiger Bay with tangible benefits. You know what Tiger Bay got from David Hines from 2015 to 2025, this year we're in currently? Podcast rants. Ranting on his podcast. David Hines cannot say. David Hines cannot say that he has impacted the community of Tiger Bay in any way, shape, or form. When he was at the WPA, APNU, AFC, by himself, with others, in a group, alone, however you want to put it. Nothing. Now, like the stupid girl on your screen before, David Hines ignored the actual initiatives announced. So like the ass that I just show you on the screen, Asha, you understand? Totally bypass the initiatives announced to impact that area and the persons who are living there, who will be relocated to where they're supposed to be living. Right? David Hines, in his commentary, never addresses the creation of the Skills Training Center at School of the Nations. Never addresses the Skills Training Center to help Tiger Bay, a predominantly Afro-Guyanese area, to upskill the persons there so they don't have to resort to certain foolishness to survive. So that those young people, those Afro-Guyanese that David Hines likes to play his lobbying for, can become more marketable, can attract jobs at higher salaries, so that they can afford to pay for their house lot. They can afford to build their homes. They can afford to pay the mortgage that jackass was talking about just now. David Hines doesn't mention that 15 out of the 30 businesses have already agreed to hire the persons in the area they were ready to have some sort of community policing group. Now, remember, these persons aren't moving out of Tiger Bay right away. Certain things have to be put in place for that process to happen. You have to remember, there are lots of businesses in that area. So those businesses would have an idea of what the security in the area was like. So Think about it. Off the bat, from that meeting, 15 persons in that area were already employed. You understand? To help with the security. Because guess what? You're in the area, you're going to know the people in that area if anybody doing any kind of thing on tour, breaking in anybody's place. And if the person income from the area, you're going to know, well, all right, this is not one of we got Truckee down and we got Finey. David Hines does not talk about the expanded social services program. David Hines doesn't talk about the strengthening of the community policing partnerships. He avoids all the substance because it undermines his political narrative. You understand? Race, black people, they ain't like black people. No, they're black people, black people, black people, black people, black people, black people. You understand? So he mentions nothing of the above. Nothing of the above. But vex that the PVP gone into Tiger Bay. Caller, good morning.
This like David Hines is a pack of fucking better. I see he the other day talking about Ali making cook up in Tiger Bay. Yeah, make black food when you can so much fucking share about to the people.
Let me keep it clean. Watch the profanity. I agree with you. All right, brother. Thanks for sharing with me. Right? Look, guys, when you call in, keep the Cutting for Critic program. I be a little different too. I appreciate you sharing your views, but let me try and keep it clean. I don't mind ass and them kind of thing, but please, I got some big people watching the program and they don't really appreciate that kind of thing. Right? But y'all understand where I'm coming from? David Hines, nor the stupid young lady before, mentions none of what I just said to you. Nothing about the skills training center, nothing about the businesses hiring Tiger Bay residents, nothing about the community policing partnerships, nothing about the social services programs, nothing about the help for persons who have their house lots so they can go and build and move out of those shacks they're living in. Nothing about the commercial facility for persons in the area with the business so they have some place safe to keep the things in the night and some place professional and clean that can encourage people to come and the business to grow. Nothing is mentioned about that. Now, I want to say to David and the young lady before, Tiger Bay residents deserve engagement, not abandonment. David, I am saying to you right now, you cannot point out one instance where President Granger went into Tiger Bay. David Hines, I'm saying to you, you cannot point out one instance where President Granger went into Tiger Bay. And I would give myself the liberty to say, probably not even 3 ministers of the government. 1 or 2 may have gone in there. I am not sure, right? But the level of engagement by this administration with those residents, you can't be vexed about it. You were in a government and you didn't encourage them to do anything. Your daughter was in the government and didn't encourage them to do anything in there. You understand? So Hines' suggestion that leaders should go somewhere else insults every person he claims to defend. Government officials belong in every community, not those that are politically convenient. And that is why the PVP continues to make inroads in y'all areas. Because unlike you guys, they will go to places where people may not like them. And they're going to cuss down and behave stupid and call them racist and make up all kind of story. They're going to talk to them and tell them what the plan is. And see if that a plan aligned with their vision for their future and how they want their family and stuff to expand. And that is how PPP gets persons to buy in to their thing. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Why y'all always David? And you see the man can't see when they get the spirit, and you see the man have to shine a torchlight for show the man for read.
Yeah.
Why you worry with this man? This man should have never done parliament. This man too big.
Man.
This is my team.
All right, thanks, brother. I agree with the caller. And I said this yesterday. Caller, I'm saying to you, this is the pinnacle of David Hines' career. The WPA ain't really had no accomplishments, never win government, never was opposition leader or nothing, chief, majority opposition, but nothing. You got nothing from them. You understand? So, again, government officials belong in every community. The president and Minister Manik Chan showed up in Tiger Bay because development must start where people need it most. Not where David Hines prefers or where he think they should go. You understand? You know how much years and people in Tiger Bay living there in the condition? You know how much years? Now that steps are being put in place to make it right with them, why fight it? It's betterment for the same Afro-Guyanese that you claim to love so bad, David Hines. So, David, I'm saying this to you. It's hypocritical to weaponize images of children whilst ignoring poverty reduction solutions. The same visit David Hines is attacking is a part of the government's strategy to, 1, increase employment, 2, expand youth training, 3, improve security, and 4, provide social support. Everything that idiot girl was on the screen claiming that, oh, it was gay, I'll cook up, it's cook up alone. Stupid. So David Hines turned a beautiful community outreach exercise into political theater guild, small stage production. You understand? The government is trying to create opportunity, and the opposition, in its normal fashion, trying to create chaos, trying to create discontentment in the people, trying to push a racist agenda. Look at the amount of, again, in the new cabinet, look at the amount of Afro-Guyanese in there. When you contrast the amount of Indo-Guyanese that was part of the last administration, you see what is going on. You see why the General Secretary of the PPP says that that party is the only multi-ethnic party in the country. You understand? Now, I must look at the racial framing, and which I think is reckless and divisive. Suggesting that Afro and Indo-Guyanese communities policing each other's interactions with children is dangerous and is untrue. Right? Every Guyanese child deserves care, attention, and opportunity, regardless of race or neighborhood. And I would say to David Hines, Afro-Guyanese are maybe the dominant race there, but they're not the only race living in that area. Look, a lot of persons. So when I was doing the interview with, is I think it's Aoife Singh, the hairdresser in Tiger Bay, right? Now, David may think that this is a type. Man, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. David probably think that this is a typo, right? But let me show you. Hold on. Facebook. E for sing. Now, when you hear E for sing, you are thinking, okay, this is an Indian lady. This is an Indian lady. But let me show you who's E for sing. Hold on, let me show you who's E for sing. And that's why I say these guys are so out of touch with reality. How this country has moved forward, we can't determine certain things anymore. And we're not willing to live along certain racial lines. I jump right to the thing here. Hold on. Pause. Pause. Good. Let me share the screen and show you something. Right? Let me show you E for sing. And let me see if y'all recognize E for sing. Look at this young lady here. Right? This is E for sing. Now, E for sing is an Afro-Guyanese. But E for sing down the line had Indo-Guyanese. One of her parents was Indo-Guyanese. Look at E for sing. Not her parent, I think one of her grandparents. Because Aoife's father, who is darker than her, is a singer as well. So it came from down the line. These Afro-Guyanese got sing on the back of the name. I would like to see how David Hines reacts to that. You understand? So again, this country has moved past certain things. Now, it is irresponsible to use tiger-based children as props to deepen racial tension. Right? It is improper. Now, David called for $1 million ghetto grant. It exposes his political opportunism. Now, the government already investing billions in skills training for all Guyanese, education for all Guyanese, housing for all Guyanese, cash grants for all Guyanese, school feeding program for children at public schools, scholarship for all Guyanese, and upgrades in communities. A random $1 million per household is not policy, right? It is a populist gimmick that ignores responsibility, budgeting, and sustainability. Hines offers anger. The Irfan Ali administration offers action. While Hines focuses on optics, the government focuses on jobs today, training for tomorrow, save communities year round. This is the kind of change Tiger Bay residents have been asking for and are now finally receiving. Residents of Tiger Bay themselves welcome the visit. Who the hell is David Hines? Who the hell is Asher? People interacted warmly with the president and the ministers. Residents expressed support for the planned programs. Community leaders praised the government for coming into their area. Well, I should say, coming into their area that people like David Hines and David Granger avoided for decades. Hines is upset about photos. The community of Tiger Bay is interested in progress. They don't give a damn about you, David Hines. Development is not a campaign. It is government's responsibility. These initiatives are community focused, not elections focused. The president visited numerous communities across Guyana weekly. Today, Berbice, Region 6, with several ministers in that area. This is not an isolated event. And look, when elections come around again in 2030, you will hear from these very people. They're now coming to your community. They're only now coming. That is what you guys are doing. This is what the president is doing, was done since in the first term. Get into office, he started going wrong all over the place. Outreach like the heading good. To hear what the people want. How to fix the problems. So, David, helping people is not a presidential campaign. It is the government doing its job. And it is being done by this government consistently. Now, the real question is, why is David Hines threatened by young Afro-Guyanese children getting opportunities? Because based on what I heard, there was nothing there that would cause Afro-Guyanese youths to fall by the wayside. It's only stuff to uplift them. The government is offering education, employment, safety, and again, as I said just now, upliftment. What is his problem with that? David Hines is complaining about optics because he fears losing relevance as communities receive what they never delivered to them as an APN, UWPA, AFC government. Never. You understand? I got another issue with this guy and this Tiger Bay thing. Now, if y'all remember, Azadine went to a church in Berbice, a predominantly Afro-Guyanese church. I think the pastors from Africa or the naturalized Guyanese or something, but it's two twin pastors. Both of them look like 1159, the type of darkness in there. 1159. Congregation, predominantly Afro-Guyanese. Azardine went in there and not a word from David Hines about Indo politicians going into Afro areas. Right? Not a word from David Hines about Indo politicians going into Afro areas. You understand me? Now, I want y'all to understand something else. That's not the only instance. When Azardine rolled into communities with cameras, giveaways, and PR crew, David Hines was quieter than a church mouse during offertory. He only finds his voice when ministers of government or the president shows up. If outrage was Wi-Fi signal, David Hines' old router only connects when the PPP walks in. You understand? But let Ask Mohammed do the same thing. No service on the router, no connection. Right? No connection. He called Ministers Manik Chan walk through there with the president and whatnot. A puppy show. Yet when Ask Mohammed did a full-blown Bollywood production in these communities, these Afro-Guyanese communities, Hines clapped like if he was at a front row premiere. Understand, Hines only protests when the government shows up. When As Muhammad was doing his community tours, Hines' biggest objection was deciding whether to like the photo or to keep scrolling past it quietly. Y'all ever notice when Azadeen Muhammad enters a neighborhood or an Afro-Guyanese neighborhood, David Hines acts like how he acted in the parliament when he was reading his oath? He left his glasses home. He is still nothing. So if double standards was a degree, David Hines would have another PhD. He would be Doctor, trying to catch up with Dr. Jagdew. David Hines' outrage system is like a solar panel. It only charges when PPP officials are present. When As Muhammad about, overcast skies, heavy rainfall, can't charge a solar panel. He ain't got nothing to say. He has nothing to say. So the only time David Hines gets upset about community outreach is when it actually helps the people. That is the only time he gets upset. And more so when those people getting help are Afro-Guyanese. It's a sad, sad situation. But again, like others say, David, I don't even think you should be in parliament. You are a waste and a worthless individual. You understand? Guyana could do without people like you. I say that without any fear of contradiction. Guyana could do without people like you, David. You and Asha and Annie, all y'all should go. Whatever one of my lady this guy needs to get this on them. Whatever one of my lady and let the three them live there by themselves. Bear stupid this. Anyway, guys, I gotta get out of here. Don't forget, people, Region 6, look out for your ministers and your president. They will be in the region today. I'll be in the region as well. See you guys there. As I usually say before I go, on Friday, we will be having Tom Clerk Lennox Gaspar on the program, right? And also next week, we will be finally getting to get that interview with Minister Malik Chan, Minister of Regional Development and Local Government and Regional Development. Sorry, I had a little brain fog there just now. So we'll be hearing from Minister Malik Chan directly, and probably she may want, matter of fact, I don't even want to engage the minister on that. I am interested in what the ministry is doing in these communities to make the lives of people better. So when the minister comes here, I want to hear about all those communities that she has been in, working directly with these RDCs and changing the outlook in, I should say, the aesthetics of some of these communities. You understand? So that's all for me for today. Thank you guys for continuing to tune in. Please be safe on the roadways. It's a little wet. Y'all take your time on Barajagdio Bridge. Take your time on Barajagdio Bridge. Stop the foolishness. Right? Take your time on Barajagdio Bridge for me, please. Anyway, as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no trees. the grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break.